Good morning. This is a Native American morning prayer, a greeting, and they greet each direction. So there's 4 times it's sung. If you want to sing along or just meditate along, it's an upbeat. Wa taho taho, wa taho taho. You wake up, arise, life is calling you. Wake up, arise, life is greeting you. Mother Earth child, she is calling you. Mother Earth child, she is greeting you. Next direction. Wa tao tao. Wa tao tao. Wake up, arise, life is calling you. Wake up, arise, life is greeting you. Mother Earth child, she is calling you. Mother Earth child, she is greeting you. Another direction. Wa tao tao. Wa tao tao. Wake up, arise, life is calling. Wake up, arise, life is greeting you. Mother Earth child, she is calling you. Mother Earth child, she is greeting you. Last time. Wa tao tao. Wa tao tao. Wake up, arise, life is calling. Wake up, arise, life is greeting you. Mother Earth child, she is calling you. Mother Earth child, she is greeting you. Wa tao tao.
Thank you, David. Hello, everyone. My name is Kayla Kunimoto. I'm your Vice Chairman and MC here at Unity of Tacoma. We are an online church with a physical presence. I want to thank you all for joining us this Sunday. It's a pleasure, all of you who are listening in with us today. And it's my pleasure to introduce our guest speaker, Joanna Gabriel, who is the spiritual advisor of Unity of Whidbey Island, and our awesome musician, David Robbecke, who has been playing at Unity both in person and online. So it's awesome having you guys back here. Joanna, if you could lead us into this morning's prayer, that'd be amazing.
Kayla. And thank you, David. Good morning, everyone. It's wonderful to be with you this morning. And let's just breathe together and take in this amazing summer morning. Here we are in the midst, in the epitome of summer. It's warm. It's going to be hot. It's clear. The mountain is out. The sky couldn't be bluer. The radiance is everywhere. And the opportunity that we have together this morning is to be reminded that all of this summer beauty is a reflection of who we are inside. The truth of who we are inside, the radiance, the warmth, the beauty, the grace. Breathe and allow this truth. And we let it come up and fill us to overflowing and spill out into our world, into our community, into the world all around us, that every form of life this morning is touched by this warmth and this radiance. And indeed the oneness, for we all are one. And we are grateful for this reminder this morning. Let it be so, and so it is. Amen. David?
Speaking of summer, this is a song about baseball. and a song about Cal Ripken, who has a record of playing the most consecutive games, and he passed Lou Gehrig, which held the record for a long time. But so this is a song about, you know, inspiration. I like this song. Anyway, here we go. I wanna be like Cal. I wanna be consistent. I wanna quit complaining. I wanna carry on. I wanna show up smiling. I wanna push the limits. I wanna play forever and keep keeping on. I wanna be like Cal. This world is a mean mind place where everybody wants so many take. I got 1 foot in, I got 6 steps out. Take what I need, then get out. I wanna be like Cal. Wanna be consistent. I wanna quit complaining. I wanna carry on. I wanna show up smiling. I wanna push the limits. I wanna play forever and keep keeping on. I wanna be like Cal. It's so dang easy to run away when I fall behind. First with the pain, rationalize and defend my escape. But what could have been if I chose to stay? Wanna be like Cal. Wanna be consistent. I wanna quit complaining. I wanna carry on. I wanna show up smiling. I wanna push the limits. I wanna play forever and keep keeping on. I wanna be like Cal. 2,131, yeah, the man showed up. Everyone wasn't fun. When I look to my life for some kind of streak, I see 20,000 times I fell asleep. But hear me now, the old way is done. It's a brand new me. This is day number 1, yeah. I'm gonna be like Cal. I'm gonna be consistent. I'm gonna quit complaining. I'm gonna carry on. I'm gonna show up smiling. I'm gonna push the limits. I'm gonna play forever and keep keeping on. I'm gonna be like Cal. Gonna be like Cal. Gonna be like Cal. Gonna be like Cal. I'm gonna be like Cal.
Thank you, David. That's great. I like that. I want to be like Cal. That's terrific. Well, everyone, as I said, it's great to be back with you here at Unity of Tacoma. And I guess it would be fair to say that the world has gotten even more interesting since the last time we were together. Every time I look at what's going on out there, I look for ways to be able to see where the world's looking back at me going, it's going to be okay, Joanna. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And I have to say that the last couple of weeks, those places are, well, they're a little narrower. they're a little, they're hiding a little bit more, so it seems. And I guess I would have to say I've had moments, I don't know about you, but I've had moments where I wonder, wow, how low does this thing go? Because I know we're going to be okay. I know we're okay now. I know we're going to be okay. And as a collective, it feels like we're swinging that pendulum as far as it can possibly go. And every time I think we've gone as far as we could possibly go, oh my goodness, we just push it just a little further, don't we? And it's like, wow, okay, what am I supposed to do with this? What do we do with this? Do we ignore it? Do we be miserable? Do we be scared? Do we hide under a blanket? What do we do? We can't even get together and hold hands. What are we supposed to do? And I don't know if you have a question like that, if you feel like that. I do every once in a while, I admit it. And so the other day I was in prayer and meditation, and I was thinking, so what does one say if one has the audacity to go up to the front of the room and turn around as if one has something to say to the folks in the room? What do you say at a time like this? Because the truth of us is still the truth of us, and all the amazing truths that we study in unity and that we pray and we share are all true, even in the midst of all this. But sometimes in the midst of this, it's harder to feel them. It's harder to go there. It is for me. Maybe it is for you. Anyway, I was thinking about it and I was wondering what would be, and I was thinking about stories in the Old Testament. And I came upon the one about in Exodus, the one about Moses in the burning bush. You know that story. You've heard that story since you were a kid about how Moses was up on the mountaintop herding his sheep, and he sees off in a distance what looks to be something burning, something on fire. And so he goes up close to it and he sees, the story goes that he sees it's burning, it's on fire, but it's not burning up. It's just continuing to burn. The fire just keeps going and going. And so he's pretty amazed by that. I would be too. Would you, if you came upon it and saw that this bush was burning and it kept burning and it didn't burn out? I mean, that'd be impressive. You'd wonder what sort of technology is this now, right? And I've been reading a book by Megan Watterson, and she was talking about this burning bush. And she was saying that she felt that her feeling about it is that the burning bush is a symbol of something trying to get our attention, as a burning bush would. It's like in the midst of everything that's going on, all the noise, all the chaos, all the unknowns, all the pendulum swinging, all the opinions, all the bullying, everything that's going on. What would get our attention in the midst of all that? What would go, hello, hello, is this thing on? And something like a burning bush might do that. If you're walking along and you come upon this thing that's on fire and it's not burning out, it just continues to flame. The image that I get is the one from the movie The Ten Commandments, don't you? That I think Cecil B. DeMille did a good job of picturing the burning bush. And she says, it may not have even been a burning bush. That's just the way the symbol in the story goes. And the way the story goes is that the bush is burning and suddenly God is talking to Moses. Moses is hearing God. And the idea is that there's a voice. Hello, Moses. Moses, this is God. Hello. And Megan suggests that maybe it didn't happen just exactly like that. That maybe it wasn't a voice like, you're going through the drive-through window at McDonald's. It may have been more a voice inside of Moses that he heard, a voice in his heart that said, Moses, Moses, wake up. You are more than this. You're more than this lovely, sweet shepherd on a mountain with all these sheep. There's more to you than this. And what is the message that Moses got? What did God tell Moses? He told him to take off his sandals, for the place that he is standing is on holy ground. And historically, when we look at that statement that God makes, we think that God is talking about God. Like, you're in front of me, take your sandals off. And what Megan is suggesting is God is reminding us that where we stand is holy ground. Remove your sandals, dear one, for where you stand is holy ground. And so it's a story about getting our attention in the midst of everything to remind us that in any given moment, no matter what's going on, no matter if the world is on fire or it looks like it's on fire, where we're standing is holy ground. I find that comforting. I find that comforting. I find that to be a comforting reminder that no matter what's happening, no matter what's going on, no matter what it looks like out there, no matter what we hear when we get off today and go on to the news and hear the latest thing, the truth of us is still the truth of us. And in fact, the reason the world is in such chaos is we have come to believe as a collective that the truth of us is out there. That whoever has the most power, whoever has the most toys, whoever has the most money is the one who should be in charge. That determines power. And that's why there's never enough. Have you noticed that? Have you noticed for the billionaires, there's still never enough? They're always having to try to get more. Do you realize why that is? That even as a billionaire, there's never enough? Because it isn't there. The power, the true power, the true source of us is not money. There couldn't be enough. There could never be enough. The same thing with love. When we look outside of ourselves for love, there's never enough. Have you noticed that? There's never enough. It's never just right. Okay, I love you, but could you do this a little bit differently because I would feel better if you did it differently. Do you get what I'm saying about that? Because the source of love is within. It's inside. It's the truth of us, divine love, divine source. I am love. And when I get that, when I claim that, then I can be in love with someone else and let them be who they are. I don't need them to be anything other than who they are, because they then are a reflection of the truth of love that is resonant, that begins inside of me. When we understand that, the neediness goes away. We don't need anybody to be anything other than who they truly are. And wow, what a relief that is. Boy, does that ever take the pressure off relationships, doesn't it? When we don't have to demand people to be this or that so that we can feel okay about ourselves. When we're already feeling okay about ourselves, because we make that connection with the truth of us inside, we can let people be who they need to be, who they want to be. And that's okay. Because we're being sourced. We're being sourced by the love within. We're being fed. We're being nurtured by the love that already exists inside of us. That relaxes us and relieves us and releases us to be able to just enjoy the people around us. And this is true with all this tumultuous carrying on and fighting and judging and separating and denying and all of this that's going on. How different would it be if we all took a breath and remembered the truth of who we are inside? that always was and always will be, no matter how much money we have, no matter how much we weigh, no matter what our credit rating is, no matter how many zeros there are in our checkbook. Well, not all zeros, but you mean behind the numbers. You know. Do you get what I mean? If we were just to get it, if we were all to stop, that a burning bush appears before every single one of us to get our attention, to stop the carrying on. And we heard a voice inside that said, "Dear one, remove your sandals so that you can feel your feet on the earth and be reminded that you are life itself. No matter who you are, no matter where you've walked, no matter what you've done, no matter what you haven't done." And how does it happen? How do we make that connection? It's our awareness. It doesn't just happen. The connection is always there. The door and the window is always there. We came in with it, we'll go out with it. It's always there. The variable is, are we listening? Are we opening that door? Are we opening that window? Because that's the choice we have. That's what consciousness is all about. Divine love, divine essence, God, universal truth, whatever you name the essence of life, loves us so much that it lets us choose our way home. And all roads lead home. And it takes as long as it takes. Remove your sandals. For where you are standing on is holy ground. And it doesn't matter where you're standing. It doesn't matter if you're in the checkout line at Safeway, if you're walking down the byway at Tacoma Mall, if you're at the beach. It doesn't matter where you are, in the backyard, doing the dishes, doing the laundry, washing the car, in the ferry line, wherever you are. When you remember the truth of who you are as life itself, as God in form, everything changes. For you're on holy ground. The ground is made instantly holy the moment we are present enough inside of our own bodies to hear the presence of love. And isn't it interesting? The most sacred voice that there could ever be, no voice at all. The voice inside. In the silence, isn't it? Isn't that interesting? The most sacred voice we could ever hear has no voice at all. A voice of an angel, a voice of God, the presence of love, the voice of the soul. This is the sound of silence. And in this voice, in this silence, is contained the truth of us. And all the carrying on out there is carrying on out there because we're not listening in here. And you wonder what you can do to make a difference? Choose to listen. Choose to remember. And it's easy to do on a beautiful day like this. If you're sitting outside, maybe you're a sun person and you're in the sun, or maybe you're sitting in the shade hoping for a breeze. Everything's blooming, everything's alive, the birds are singing, it's gorgeous. It's easy to feel that connection. And then when you turn on the TV or you're on the computer and you see people fighting, you see the fires burning, you see the hate, the judgment, fear, the doubt, the separation. Well, that's the most important time to breathe and reach inside and be reminded that we are all part of the one. Oneness. Oneness in totality. Truth. The truth of us, of every single person out there, every single person, people marching, people burning, people destroying, people loving, whatever they're doing. The truth of us is we're all one. And if you and I take the time to remember that, to step, just breathe, all you have to do. How do we get into our hearts? All we have to do, dear ones, is breathe. Breathe and drop in right here in your chest. It's not up here. Don't look here. It's not here. It's here. Down here. Just breathe here. Breathe in your chest. Interestingly, that's where our lungs are, in our chest. Breathe. Breathe in the heart center. Take the oxygen in and open your heart. Soften into your heart. And because we're all one, you and I together doing that, being that, difference to the whole thing, to everything we're seeing out there. Do you realize that? It may not look like it right now. It may seem too chaotic. It may seem too noisy. But see, this is the thing. I think I told you before. I don't remember, but I may have told you that I used to work with Neil Donald Walsh, and who wrote the Conversations with God books. I lived in Ashland for 10 years, and for 8.5 of those years, I worked with Neil at the Conversations with God Foundation. And so I did a lot of traveling around, and we did retreats and things like that. And one of the things that Neil wrote in the book, and one of the books, and a lot of people asked Neil was, why doesn't God just end this whole thing? Clearly we're not getting it. We don't listen. Well, Jesus was here. We just crucified him. We didn't listen. He had a message. We still aren't listening. It's been 2,000 plus years. We're still not listening. Why does he just smite the whole thing? Just give it up. It didn't work. The experiment didn't work. Why? Why does it keep on? And God says, because I know how it ends. I know who you are. You're all mine. You just don't know it yet. You haven't claimed it yet. And you will when you will. And it'll take as long as it takes. And I'm here. And yeah, we go far afield, but we'll come back. Every single one of us will come back. We have to. It's the only place to go. It doesn't matter what we do, dear ones. It doesn't matter how much destruction, how much pain and fear we cause. We'll come who we truly are. And hopefully that gives you some hope. And that's why it helps for you and I to practice dropping into the heart, breathing from the heart, because the heart is our connection to that truth of us. And so our friend Moses, standing in front of the burning bush, Moses says to God, well, God and he are having the conversation about how Moses' people were having a really hard time. The Pharaoh and the folks in Egypt, they're being tortured, they're being captured, they're being imprisoned, they're being killed. And Moses says, God, our people really need help. And God says, I know. And he says, I want you to go to the people and tell them that I'm here and I'm going to help. I am here with you. I'm always here with you. And yes, I will help. Open your hearts to me. I'm here. And Moses says, well, who do I say you are? And do you remember what God says? God says, tell them I am that I am. And so what is he telling Moses to do? To go and declare, I am that I am. Not only was he telling Moses what God is, he's telling Moses what Moses and what everyone is. You and me and everyone out there. I am that I am. And as we remember and claim it, we stand on holy ground. And we get through this, dear ones, and we move forward. And for this reminder, we are grateful. Everyone.
I can't believe how the song I chose is so appropriate. I mean, it happens a lot. It's a song about Carpe Diem, seize the day. One of my favorite songs. First thing I remember was asking Papa why, for there were many things I didn't know. Daddy always smiled, took me by the hand, saying someday you'll understand. Well, I'm here to tell you now, each and every mother's son, you better learn it fast, you better learn it young, 'cause someday never comes. Well, time and tears went by, and I collected dust. Well, there were many things I didn't know. Daddy went away. He said, try to be a man, and someday you'll understand. Well, I'm here to tell you now, each and every mother's son, you better learn it fast, you better learn it young, 'cause someday never comes. Then one day in April, I wasn't even there. Oh, there were many things I didn't know. A son was born to me. Mama held his hand. Someday you'll understand. Well, I'm here to tell you now, each and every mother's son, you better learn it fast, you better learn it young, 'cause someday never comes. Someday never comes. the year I went away. Oh, there were many things I didn't know. I still see him standing, trying to be a man. I said, someday you understand. Well, I'm here to tell you now, each and every mother's son, you better learn it fast, you better learn it young, 'cause someday never comes. Someday never comes. Thank you.
Thank you, David. Indeed, that was perfect. Thank you. Okay, dear ones, let's breathe together. Breathe, take some deep breaths. Take in the radiance of this beautiful summer day. Wherever you are in this moment of now, let's acknowledge the holy ground upon which you stand, upon which you're sitting, upon where you are. Breathing and allowing it. And let's practice dropping into the heart, softening into the heart. You're always talking about it. Do you have a familiar way to drop right in? It just takes a breath, just one breath. And just move your focus right down into your heart. And be aware of what you experience there. As you're breathing and letting go of the day and whatever it is you need to do when you're done for here, and how hot is it going to get, and all of that. Just breathing and letting it go so that you can be present. You can be present right now in your heart. And what do you find there? Is it light? Maybe it's heavy. Just breathe. Breathe into whatever you find there. Maybe you feel welcomed. Maybe it feels foreign. Whatever it is for you. And you can practice this. If it's not familiar, practice breathing here. It'll become familiar. If you are familiar, settle in. Settle in. Breathing and allowing. And as we settle into the heart and we breathe, and body, mind, spirit, is there any tension? Is there any fears and doubts? Or is there any yeah buts? Yeah, but. Breathe and allow. Just let it pass on through. Don't make it wrong. Just let it pass on through. Breathe and allow. Relax. Relaxing in the heart. If you can envision doors, windows, openings, whatever, make sure that you have opened the door, opened the windows. Let that breeze come in. You know the feeling when you open the window in the morning and that cool breeze comes in? Fresh air. Let it wash over you. Breathing and allowing. If there's concerns that you have, maybe there's something you've got to deal with. Maybe there's a challenge. Maybe there's a decision you have to make. Maybe it's the middle of the month and you're already dealing with a low checkbook. Whatever it is, breathe into it from this place, from this holy ground. Let that breeze move right into the situation, right over the checkbook, right into the conflict if there is one, right over the conflict between you and your partner, you and your child, you and your parent, you and your neighbor, whoever it might be. Breathe, breathe from this holy ground into what you're seeing, what you're reading, what you're hearing. From this heart space, we send love and light out to those around us, our families, our friends, our neighbors, our co-workers, our Zoom friends, our spiritual community, the community at large. Tacoma, Seattle, Portland, the Northwest, the United States, the world, the planet, the earth, the universe. For we're all one, we're all connected from this holy ground. Breathing, sending divine love, divine light that is filling us up now. It's spilling out into the world around us, and we direct it into every heart, into every heart, into the hearts of those we love, into the hearts of those they love, into the hearts of our perceived enemies, especially there. Into the hearts of all those who suffer. Into the hearts of those who are sick. Into the hearts of those who are taking care of them. Into the hearts of the firefighters. Into the hearts of our leaders. All the volunteers everywhere, everyone who's stepping up to help, no matter what it is. All those who need help, may they get help. To all life, to wildlife, to the air, to the waters, to the trees, every form of life is lifted up as we breathe. And if there's someone in particular you want to bring into this holy ground right now, who may not be thinking of themselves on holy ground, given the circumstances they're in right now, if there's someone you'd like to remember, say their names right now, and we hold them with you. For all these dear ones, for all life itself. We all stand on holy ground, and in this awareness, we are all lifted up in the name and through the power of divine essence, infinite source, God, all that is, universal power. Let it be so, and so it is. Amen.
Can't believe I picked another perfect song. They all seem to fit anyway, I think. This is a Hindu song of celebration. It's called Gopala. Gopala, Gopala, Devaki Nandana Gopala, 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 Devaki Nandana Gopala, Devaki Nandana Gopala, Devaki Nandana Gopala, Devaki Nandana Gopala, Devaki Gopala, 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 Devaki Nandana Gopala, 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 Devaki Nandana 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 Gopala, 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 Devaki Nandana Gopala, 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 Devaki Nandana 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 Gopala, 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 Devaki Nandana Gopala, 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 Devaki Nandana 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 Gopala. Everybody dance. Gopala, Gopala, Devaki Nandana Gopala, 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 Devaki Nandana 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 Gopala, Gopala, Devaki Nandana Gopala.
Thank you, David. I like how you draw from many different cultures. That was a beautiful song. It's very upbeat.
Thank you.
And thank you,
it's fun to
Joanna,
dance
for
to
the
that.
message. I think it's really important right now, especially. I mean, we're so alone with ourselves right now. I think what better time to self-reflect and really find ourselves or fuel the love that we already have for ourselves. So I have some last few announcements, and then I'm going to be giving the benediction, and then David's going to sign us out with a song. I just want to say that you're supporting us by telling your friends and family where you're spending your Sunday mornings and sharing our website. Your tithes and donations allow us to give back to you, amazing guest speakers and musicians like Joanna and David. If you feel called to it, you can go on our website, unityoftacoma.org, and donate using PayPal or Zelle. Please join us next week. Our guest speaker is going to be Karen Cleveland, and our musical guest is going to be Christina S. Young. So I want to thank you all for joining us again this morning. And now I'll give prayer. So as you take a deep breath, let's be present in this space together, giving this prayer to the coming week. Let's hold our hearts high in acceptance for all. Let's keep patience in these trying times, and let's keep each other safe for the good of all, in gratitude for all. Amen.
And
All right.
thank you, Kayla. Thanks, everyone.
You may have heard this song before. I find myself in times of trouble. Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom. Let it be. And in my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom. Let it be. 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 Whisper words of wisdom. Let it be. When the broken-hearted people living in a world agree, there will be an answer. Let it be. Though they may be parted, there is still a chance that they will see. There will be an answer. Let it be. 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 There will be an answer. Let it be. 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 Whisper words of wisdom. Let it be. When the night is cloudy, there is still a light that shines on me. Shine until tomorrow. Let it be. I wake up to the sound of music. Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom. Let it be. 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 Whisper words of wisdom. Let it be. 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 Whisper words of wisdom. Let it be. Let it be.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Enjoy the sun.
Oh, yes.